Okay, so good afternoon, everyone. So today we are going to be presenting our research proposal, which is titled The First Year Financially Deprived UM Students Experiencing in Online Classes. This is the research proposal title with me, Jeric Laguipo, and Ryan Roche. So without further ado, let us begin the presentation. So for our rationale, during this time in this pandemic, it has affected millions of households and institutions. One of them involves schools and universities, which is the main focus of our research title. Students are struggling to comply the requirements such as school supplies and budget. Because of the coronavirus pandemic, it has led to a worse condition to students to comply to their budgets in terms of school supplies and what requirements they need for their schools. And according to Martono 2020, financially deprived students have no way to do but to spend their money for smartphones or laptops just so they can comply their requirements. Because of the coronavirus, it has gave more struggles to poor students in trying to attend synchronous sessions and etc. Because of the coronavirus, it gave more hardships or struggles to other students, especially the financially deprived or poor. Students tend to strategize and try to ask to their neighbors for internet connection so that they can submit their assignments and requirements. Students need to strategize in this time of the coronavirus pandemic because they have simply no access in internet connection, which is the main importance of attending online classes and submitting submissions for their schools. So according to a study by Jensen 2009, financial aids affected the academic performance of a student. If a student is able to afford requirements needed for the school, the student can have a proper education. Although it's not technically true for other people, it is a study, so there was an objective results of this one. However, in the case of a financially deprived student, not being able to afford hinders their performance. Being students unable to spend money to comply to their requirements has a big impact in their academic performance. Although they do have strategies, not everyone has the same strategies to cope up with having low income or being financially deprived. So because of our rationale or the concepts talking about our study, we set some objectives on how we can find data in this kind of observations and phenomena that we observe. So our general objective is the research will focus on the experiences of the students in the online class platform and how they are able to adapt the sudden changes over the past 9 months of quarantine. This research also aims to identify the perspective of various students and how they think the online class and synchronous sessions have impacted their academic performance and productivity in the school. And so for our specific ones, we have two specific objectives. One of them is the common experiences that the students have during online classes and what are the main factors that impacted the students academically during online classes. So after coming up with the general objective and the very specific objectives throughout this study, we have thought out of a very perfect theory made by Stefan Hratinsky, which is named as the theory of online learning as online participation. So according to Hratinsky 2009, he theorized that in order to enhance online learning, online participation should be enhanced as well, meaning that in order to achieve a very efficient online platform, especially in synchronous sessions and in this current situation, we need to participate in online, we need to encourage, rather, online participation. This can be a kind of submission that can immerse students, such as presenting a video presentation or something like that. That could be a good example of online participation. But it could it could also not mean online submissions. It could also mean attendance, students on attendance. On the other hand, in addition, rather, this theory explains the concept of online learning as a process of maintaining communication and relations with fellow people involved in learning. The theory also tackles about the physical and psychological tools needed to be enhanced. So how does this relate to our study? Well, basically, that one concept where we said, in order to achieve effective online learning, there should be online participation. So students should attend synchronous sessions in order to get effective online learning. However, it supports the study in a more opposite way, because in this case, online participation is affected because of financially deprived students. This involves the physical and psychological tools that are needed so that online participation can be enhanced. So this involves poor internet connection or not being able to attend at all. That affects online participation, hence affecting online learning.
So, in methodology, first the research design. The study will use a qualitative method, specifically a phenomenological method, or we need to describe, understand, and interpret the experiences of the students that will answer the specific objectives. Next.
Okay.
Second, the research participants. We need 10 first-year financially deprived students from the 10 University of Mindanao will be will be interviewed to get the sufficient data needed for the study. So, the indication of finding participants is through private conversation or maybe messenger, and asking them if they are struggling in the submitting of requirements and attending synchronous sessions. Next. So, chapter 3, the data gathering procedure. Well, the researchers will ask permissions of the students if they are willing to answer our questions. The students will answer a set of questionnaires regarding to the topic of our study. So they will answer 10 questions and regarding to our topic of our study. So the documentation of the study will be their responses. Next. So in research project duration, our research will be conducted for 6 months.
Okay. Okay, so in conclusion, this is still part 1 of the research proposal. So the research project duration will be conducted within 6 months, and that's about the end of the proposal. So thank you for listening and thank you for watching.